Hello, a very good afternoon to all of you. I'm Wendy, and on behalf of Circle 96 and CFSG, a very warm welcome to our 15th Smashing Summit. So, before I bring up the team of masters, I'd like to thank our wonderful sponsors, Renotalk and Sky Creation, for their friendship and immense support. Firstly, Renotalk, the number one renovation platform in Southeast Asia. It is a platform for people to come together to talk and engage on renovation matter, sourcing reliable renovation materials, interior designers and contractors, recommended by property owners for property owners. Our other sponsor, Sky Creation, is an award-winning renovation firm who has received many awards in the industry over the years. It is a professionally accredited renovation firm that has garnered many industry certificates for quality and industry best. Now, once again, I have a pleasure to introduce, well, probably a lot of them, sorry, a lot of you will have known them by now. Okay, firstly is our Master KK, our senior modern feng shui consultant, whom many of you, I'm sure, knows by now how at one point he doesn't believe in feng shui. Okay, and until he was enlightened by his beautiful wife, Master Sharon Fong, who is a third generation award winning practitioner. So together, they form a professional modern feng shui team to help people to address challenging issues. Till date, they have audited more than 1,000 properties internationally, creating happiness, health, and wealth, applying modern feng shui approach without any feng shui artifacts, nor the old-fashioned BS. Let's welcome Master KK.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Nice to see you all again. It's wonderful, but today's topic is a bit heavy. Nevertheless, we're going to be bringing up candid into it, and hopefully we can learn something, and hopefully we can share it with everybody. And good afternoon, Daniel. Thank you for always supporting us. Nice to see you guys again. Thank you, Wendy.
My pleasure. Well, together with Master KK today, we have also Master Simas Sim, a feng shui practitioner with a very strong foundation in both philosophy and the application of I Ching metaphysics. He has been invited to speak to various groups on how to harness the energy of feng shui. He is also professionally trained in the area of computer science and information technology, and also a proud winner of our Singapore Young Scientist Award in 1992. Being passionate in both feng shui and IT, Master Simmers wish to empower more people with the essence of true teaching, of I Ching through AI. Let's welcome Master Simmers Sim.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that the sharing later on will bring you some ideas on how to observe your surrounding, identify something that will be happen in the near future, and you can prevent it better.
Thank you. That's Master Simmers Sim. Well, you can see we have also our pretty Miss Master Shalene, okay, who has started her numerology and feng shui journey from a very tender age of 14. She finds joy in improving the harmony of each house she sees, helping families to reach their full potential. She is professionally trained as an actuary and definitely not what you would have expected of a feng shui masters. So she embodies what we define as modern feng shui. Let's welcome Master Shalin.
Thank you, Wendy. So, good afternoon to everyone here. We'll be talking about one of the most important aspects about feng shui, also the health portion of it. So, stay tuned to hear a little bit more about how from your house feng shui we can also relate to your health.
Joining us today as well on site is Master Guo, who has a very strong interest in Chinese metaphysics since a young child. Though at that point he believes in feng shui, he was very skeptical about the feng shui masters, especially more so after having to spend a lot of his hard-earned money on auspicious items recommended and sold by them, without really understanding the reason for the purchase nor the placement, and worse, seeing no effects nor any improvement as claimed. So, being passionate about the topic feng shui, he picked up the skill and knowledge and quickly realized that true feng shui need not spend tons of money on such item, jarring the home decor, and wasting precious space at home collecting dust. So without much further delay, let's welcome the team of masters.
Charlie, Master Paul,
Hi. Hi. Happy to be here. So yeah, back to you.
Thank you. I think today's topic is a bit, let's a bit heavy. We're going to put plenty behind for all of us, okay? And then, sorry, I'm just controlling the data. Sorry, something seems to be. Okay, never mind. I think can you still watch this here? Good, we can. Okay. So today something is going to be very heavy. Yeah, like I said, we're all humans, we all make mistakes. So you can see that today we are in a different setup. Four masters together with this thing across us, monitoring our present. There are several people from watching us live. If you can tell us type 96 if you can hear us properly. And people from that's actually watching from Talk, afternoon to you. We really want you to come on board and type any questions you have. What's today's question? Today's topic is really very tough. Okay. Good. Here a disclaimer first. Copyright is very important. Please do not duplicate any of our videos because we really woke up at 4 a.m. to do the videos.
I was still awake at 4 a.m.
But for what purpose is more important?
I only had 4 hours of sleep.
Why?
It's so nice to be young because they have a lot of energy. So
Yeah.
of course, it's a internal joke. We know what Master Charlie did at 4 a.m. in the morning. Together with a lot of friends. And we also today want to tell you that what I love with message we share with you is basically based on our knowledge. Okay, do not make any rash decision or monitoring decision. Okay, and the difference between Feng Shui and modern Feng Shui is this: in short, you do not turn your house into a Chinese temple modern Shui. That's very important. Okay, we love beautiful architecture. We love beautiful interior design. Okay, and today, if you stay on with us, we will have a few books for you. The very first book was written by Master Sharon himself. It's mainly for homeowners to really think it's a peace of mind. Basically, you want Feng Shui itself as peace of mind. Make sure everything goes smoothly. Make sure that harmony at home, healthy, everybody. So the second book is basically how to portray the property. We realize that a lot of information about people to use by developers or property agents. Hence, we also have constantly show every month new development, a new setup. Okay, I think that one is important. Like I said, we're not paid by the developers or the property agent. Just share with you what we receive, and then you do the decision. It's your call. At least when you purchase a property, you bring in the full information. Okay. The third book is very important for people, especially just after the pandemic. During the pandemic, it became very useful. A lot of people just sell some product themselves. There's a lot of ceiling, a lot of issue and things like that. Hopefully that business will turn around. If one ceiling up issue can make our business boom, why the whole factory that put in my house doesn't work that way. Okay. And then we also have book by our masters. This book is very important. It's all about health for our mothers. All right, this book is called written by our masters here. So ladies out there, please grab about this book. Very important. Okay, and because we know we got science, okay, over here. So this book is written especially by them for everyone, especially now the PSLE period. We want to make sure parents are having a good time, less stress. Okay, and then the last one is very important because we have 27 interior design meet for everyone who want to renovate their house. Okay, at the end of the show, Wendy was definitely going to share with you a link to this. Okay, now we're going to have a video by Master Eric. Okay, a video by Master Eric first. Master Eric is going to share with you something that is done literally in Wendy's house. This is a Feng Shui done in Wendy's house, and just to share a glimpse of what is actually means by on-site Feng Shui. Okay. Okay, I think you can hear me better now. Zhang Xiaomi, is it? Thank you so much for your feedback. Really appreciate it. I think you can hear me loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, please type 96. So I know my volume is correct and perfect. Next, I want to introduce our most beautiful master, Master Shah. I cannot say most beautiful. Still got one more Master Shah. Okay, the most pretty youngest master.
Master KK, you don't want to sleep on the bed tonight, is it?
Let's put our hands together. Welcome, Master Lee.
Thank you. Yeah, so I think you can see from the video, as you were mentioning, that the image or something is actually very important because what you see is really what you get. It's in a very literal sense, right? That what you are putting around has that very direct impact with your life. So I was at one of my cousin's house some time back, and to me that everyone in the house just seems to keep falling down consistently. So he was riding a bicycle. He fell and he broke his nose. His son was at school, fell and also broke his nose. And then his daughter was in the bathtub, also fell, slipped and fall. Thankfully, she didn't break her nose, but it was consistently people in the family that keeps having all these kind of falls. And he was like, what is wrong, right? So I just took a walk around his house. And I saw this figurine you see on the left, where you see the nose is kind of like bandaged up. Yeah.
Handy plus.
Yeah, handy plus. and I'm like, yeah, now I like, do you see why is it that all of y'all have a broken nose now? Because you're putting something in the house that just says that you have a broken nose. And then I looked, because he has this whole collection of toys, right? And I looked in the cabinet, and I then saw this other figurine with this eye that's sort of missing. It's almost like there's some sort of eye condition of sorts. And I'm like, do you have any eye issues, retina tears, or any sort of retina detachment or any cornea tears that might have happened before? And he was like, oh yeah, actually I did. There was once that it was a sort of a really bad, like his entire eye was bloodshot and red. And I'm like, was that actually your right eye? Because if you look at the picture, it was the right eye that was with that condition, and it was exactly his right eye which had that. So sometimes what you see is really what you get. There's many other, such figurines, such pictures, which has this kind of sort of bad connotations to it. When I have the chance, I'll share a bit more. But I'm just going to talk about one very common figurine collection that's very popular nowadays, especially in the art scene. And oh yes, before I move on to that, yes, so this was another of the decor at one of my clients' place. It was a seashell of sorts. And I thought that was quite an interesting discovery, right? Like you see, I don't know, Masters, what does this look like to you?
This one is trained, and trained eyes will look at this beautiful flower, right? Because you're trained, so it says fire. We all know fire elements, right?
Yeah. So yes, that's right. It's the fire element. But if you see this fire element is actually sort of growing in a very not uniform and very haphazard way. It's almost like it's growing out of places that it shouldn't be growing out of, because it's like a overflow of the different fire elements, right? So right in front, so there were two figurines of that. Right in front of one of the figurines, there was this Gundam figurine right over there. If you see, there's a three sort of metal sticks pointing outwards. And I felt like that was quite an interesting sight. What could it possibly mean? So I went out a lake to make a very bold guess, right? That based on how this Gundam was placed, it seemed like it was cutting just right into the sort of the overgrowth of the fire element. Yeah. And I asked my client, like, did you potentially have any like heart operation of sorts? And yeah, she shared with me that in fact they did have an heart operation in that very specific year where this sector is located, because that Gundam, you know, it looks like a knife, right? It's the metal element. It looks like a knife cutting just right into the heart. So you really have to be very careful sometimes in terms of health. What is it that you place around? Because there's this very strong effect, right? Yeah. So this next slide, it will be talking about this very common figurine. It's a very collectible. I know a lot of people sort of queue up. I'm not sure queue up have put into the ballot system to really get this right. There was this very huge one that was displayed at the just right in front of Marina Bay Sands at MBFC. Yes, the blown up one, the very huge one. That yes, correct, yeah.
Lying on the
Yes. Yeah, I think it was there for a very short period. Yeah, then they removed it. So there's two very common cause figurines. So there's one on the left and one on the right, right? So I have a question to pose to all the audience here. Which do you think looks more auspicious to you?
Please type in your comment, A or B. We appreciate everybody to participate. We see a lot of people coming on the show really. Thank you for tuning in. When he's busy typing in all the details I've just spoken, literally, and then if we can flash, it will be very good. There's some comments that we can flash. So type in A or B. So we have Josephine. Hi, Josephine. Good afternoon. Nice to see you. B. Okay.
Yeah, so I have one course here also in the A format, slightly different color, but still the same thing.
So really, wow, really what's that?
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Wow, you stay so near to me and you can't hear me. Okay. Candice. Hi, A. Okay. Then we have.
Both not auspicious.
Wow.
Okay. Nice to see you also. Okay, see you again. And then Sorena, thank you. B again. Okay, good. Master, this. Yes, I think you bought a figurine in front of me.
I brought figurine. This one is the A, but don't be misled by this. I'm not saying that A is better. This is not being displayed. But yeah, anyway, it's a trick question. I think one of us got it right that both are actually not auspicious. Yeah.
All right.
Good job.
So this is a surprise gift for you. I will send to you our physical book of your book for your house selection. Okay, we send to you. Leave the address to Wendy and I will post that back. Thank you.
Yeah.
So always participate. You never know what you get. Okay.
I thought you're gonna give this to him.
Hey, cannot lah. This one cannot lah.
Nobody wants it. You all know this.
You can sell one This one can sell one.
Can I just borrow it from
Yeah, sure. Careful. I'll hold it from there.
Oh.
No, it's really not auspicious. Did it break? It broke. They broke. Wow, this is not really not
Can
auspicious.
fix back.
Did it break?
No, can fix back.
Okay, so this one is borrowed and keep for a while.
You see the head drop off.
Yeah, the head and then the body. The body is crying, right? Why is this not auspicious? It's crying.
Just hold
Hold it. It's just like a baby, okay? Wow. Did I say something wrong with baby just now? Okay, anyway. So I'll just share it with you. Like I said, we are all working masters. They are business of a right to someone's house. And I did the beginning of the year. And I saw this display in the northwest sector of the living room. So they are all Malaysians, holding Singapore citizenship now. And they are working in very big companies. And then I asked him a very simple question. I said something terrible happened in the year 2018 or 2019, closer to 2013, because Northwest has 2 years. And then he thought about it for a while, the new owners, but not talking for a while. And then he replied me, yes, my dad passed on in 2019. I watched that from Singapore to visit him for the very last time, but I could not make it by his bedside and pass on without seeing him. This looks like someone's crying. It's really not suspicious. That's the reason why I asked if something happened to you in 2018 and 19. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's expensive. I know it's really good in terms of art collectors. Okay, but unfortunately, it's really not auspicious. It is not that this caused you to have a mishap. It's rather this caused us to be a mishap. Okay, so try not to have things like that lying around your house. These are good for museums, but really not for residents. Okay, good. I'll hand it back to you. $2 million art piece. Okay, thank you. That was something to share with you. Like I said, because we are physical, looking for customers every day, we get a lot of experience exposure. We definitely want to share more. Okay.
Yeah, so actually one more thing to add, right, on art pieces, it's sometimes very important to understand the background and the context of the art piece itself also, because like you know, even for this course, right, it was only after, you know, Master Ko and myself did some research, we found out that this is actually a rat. It's supposed to be the Mickey Mouse that I think has been colored in gray because
They created this from Mickey Mouse. So
Yeah.
actually it's a rat.
Yes.
So there's a 12 Zodiac involved.
Yes, correct. Which, if placed in the wrong direction, on top of this inauspicious image, it can also have a lot of other clashes, leading to a much greater impact. So yeah, so not only for an art piece like this, I think later in the fan club, I'll also share some of the other art pieces that, you know, it may look like it's very auspicious on the surface, but in actual fact, there's just a hidden story behind it.
Good. I think Master shall we read out something that's important, fan club. So what's fan club? Fan club is basically for friends who are really serious about Feng Shui, really serious about supporting us. They join a fan club at a very minimum price and we share a lot of information, extra information apart from what we share now. Okay, for example, if you have a condominium, we're talking that giving you more information what you can afford in the condominium. Okay, and talking about rent. Okay, so rent, when it comes to the year of the horse, that clashes song. Okay, horse will be the year coming 2026. Right. So Master Eric is not here with us today, but Master Eric has left a very short video talking about something about the South sector. Can I have a show of hands here? Type in 888 if you have a bar at home. You usually have something of alcohol bar station at home. I do. I have one in my study. Okay, I'm specifically placing a card here. And I know who's going to be an alcoholic in my house. Who's always going to be an alcoholic in my house. Okay? And wherever you place your bar is really important. So if you have a bar at home, please type in 888. Can I see who has a bar at home? Okay.
Master KK, just drink finish lah. Put in the wrong direction. Never mind, just drink finish only. Yeah, just just drink finish only.
Bar is a bar. I had one before.
The one before.
Yeah, I saw that factory.
So all quiet, all the ones should say that they got bar at home. But all of people are audited. I know they got bar at home. But why are you quiet? So you're so humble. And drinking is not a bad thing. Drinking moderately actually creates happiness. Right? So let's share the videos for Master Eric.
Very good afternoon. Welcome to another Smashing Feng Shui. I must Eric. Unfortunately, today I will not be able to be with you live on the set. But today, anyway, I'm going to share with you a tip on with this. Who has to do with Feng Shui? It's very straightforward. Through our years of experience, if we have alcohol at home and place it in the wrong place, what to do? First, let's say the alcohol is placed at some area the subsector of the house, what can happen? If they are experiencing vision or deteriorating vision, high blood issue, or even heart attack. Okay, anybody in the house that has a heart attack before, high blood, or that is like for women, maybe it's also on the chest, the breast. Okay, if these are the issues that you are encountering with yourself, there could be water, alcohol, there is something there. Okay, why? Why? Because the sun area in the Feng Shui sector represents the fire element, and water controlling the fire element, meaning that you will be affected. Okay, if you are not affected, it could be a family members. Okay, this is happening in the sun sector. If you really like how this program, especially Feng Shui, and wants to know more, you can contact us directly. Okay, so there is in the program. We should be more than happy to give you a guide, okay, or make an appointment, or promote it. We will be more than happy to research it. Right? See you on the next special Feng Shui program.
Thank you, Master Eric. So for our friends who wants to sign up with Content Club, please look for Wendy at 844-87416. And if you have not subscribed or liked our page, it's very important to subscribe and like our page because this is what kept us going. With more fans, with more people subscribing, it sort of pushes us and motivate us. Master Shah didn't wake up so early this morning, that's so late. Because it's very motivated and driven. Okay. It's ready. Yeah, you all know I always like to disturb for that since you say that. Okay, let's recap what Master Eric said. Okay, south sector symbolized the heart. Right, if you have water in the south sector, you probably will experience some heart issues, not just yourself, but your family members, or your eyes, like eyesight problems. Don't be severe eye sore problems, great eye problems, eyesight problems, hospital flying about problems. Look at yourself, all right? South also symbolizes blood pressure. Okay, if you have blood pressure issues, it's addressing. South for ladies, very important, your breast. Okay, and this is maybe all these people don't care. Really, if you tell them South symbolizes 4D, everybody will stand up straight and sit up straight. Hey, listen, so must take care of the stuff. Yes, South represents your baby, your health. So if you want to touch more 3, you want to touch 4D, please look at yourself. And for parents out there, if you have children going for PSLE or going for O levels or in any examination, South is also your academic area to look out for. If your South is weak, generally speaking, your children is having a hard time in examination, okay, even in learning itself. Okay, and the South is weak, also relationship problems. Okay, so don't just look into your lottery part. Okay. Now again, we need to sell a bit of audio. Okay. Sorry. This is what keeps us going. This is a book for friends out there who want to buy a property. All the masters have worked very hard together to produce this book. As you can see, this book has a lot of information telling you step by step how to look into the map, how to walk the map, how to see what is good for you in a house and what is not good for you in a house, outside the house. Okay. For example, in the north center, what is to avoid is also the order. It appears how many times did it appear. Okay, for example, it has appeared the construction site, how many construction sites it has. Okay, that is post office or other factories, things like that. What it has. So if your mark is over 4, okay, terrible place to buy. Don't look into that. And then what are the issues? Who are the ones suffering? Which areas are you going to suffer? What are the illnesses, ailment that you're going to have? All spell out clearly for you. So we have gone through a lot of hardship just to get this book printed. It's physical book. Okay? So contact Wendy 844-87416 to buy this. And then for people who are really looking to buy house house, and these days the house like free one more. People just jump into it, even though we say the Feng Shui cannot make it right. People don't care, buy first and see right. Oh, okay, good for us.
Why until the government want to stop you from buying?
I think people are rushing because of
Yeah.
the interest rate hike.
Yeah.
The federal reserve also increased the rate. So okay, anyway, go and watch our videos. We have a lot of videos in our YouTube and Facebook and our website, circle96.com. We have a whole lot of properties discussing, maybe 100 over, calling you the reviews and things like that, very important. And because we're not property agents or developers, we don't hold our tongues, we just cover everything. Okay? So if you're looking to buy a property, we give you a very lucrative price. I say lucrative not because I'm lucrative. Because you're buying a house at 1 point something million, 2 million, you don't get stingy on something that's very cheap. Okay? That is $2,000. Okay? But today, we're going to be very nice with you. We're going to give you an extra discount at 1,800. 3 properties. We'll be the best of the 3 properties. And the first 6 people get a vote. Okay? And of course, our muscles will speak to you directly to give you more information, drawing out the property. Okay? And for friends who wants to have a Feng Shui audited, please scan the QR code or contact our 448 all this contacting Wendy, just contact Wendy or 做工找 Wendy 喝茶找我 Wendy，
喝酒也可以。
喝酒也可以。
喝酒叫 master KK go to study.
Okay, actually, just I want to mention something. I dive, right? So I really think that coral should just be black on the sea. So I'm not picking up. We should just let the original place better. Okay. Seeing corals in the big sea is really beautiful. So enjoy. Okay. I know you're going to Fiji soon. Don't look at me like that.
Who, where?
Okay, let's bring on Master Paul. Master Paul is something very interesting and to share with you. Like I said, Master Paul is also showing something that's real life. Okay, Master, please tell us more.
Okay, look at the picture. This is a real life example because it happens to my family. But of course, the floor plan here, right, is for illustration purpose. Okay, so you all look at this floor plan closely. Okay, for people that is not a trained Feng Shui practitioner, right, will not know what is the issue with this house. Okay, look at the sector indicated southwest at the bottom. Okay, just to share with you all, southwest represents the mother. Okay, it represents the year 2015, 2016. Okay, it also represents our stomach, our tummy, our digestive system. Okay, so my mom used to stay in a house like this. So you look at the southwest closely, right? There's a pillar sticking out. So can you imagine something sticking out from your stomach? Okay, what it means? Of course, it means cancer. Okay, so of course, it's not my mom that time. It was my grandmother that actually gotten cancer, and she passed away in 2016, if I remember correctly. So exactly the year that represented by the southwest sector, the person, and of course the area that signifies the southwest. Okay, I remember that time, right? The doctor says that the cancer cell is so big that it's like a size of a chicken egg. Okay, then causes some, I don't know, it's bleeding, or what. I'm not very sure because I'm not a medical person. Okay, but if you happen to stay in such houses, okay, no worry. You can call 8448-7416. Find me. I know how to do it. I know how to remedy it. Okay, yeah. So that's all for me. So if you really stay in such houses, don't need to scare. Because if you happen to be HDB or condo, you cannot sell yet. No worry. You can contact us.
Good. Thank you very much for sharing. If you can hear me, I think that's I tried to adjust my mic already. In fact, we got a whole new system in just for tonight.
DJ console.
Yeah, it's and literally we woke up at 4. I woke up at 4. Someone was like farting at 4. I woke up at 4. Prepare the videos, etc.
Hey, Master KK, I never tell my mother I got party, and now she know already.
One of the is with us. One of the sudden visitors in my house is here with us. Okay, no problem now. Okay, 年轻人 yeah, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
The moment you young, you should enjoy yourself. Literally. I remember once I went to oversee my father. I went to work, finished out at 9 p.m. Then I said, let's press. He says, no, you young man, get out of leave me alone. That's my father, very bro. Okay. Okay, good. Today I'm going to talk about something that's close to my heart, and I've seen this a lot. Personally, also I experienced quite a fair bit of trauma from such houses. Okay, and this is a typical HDB flat, a floor plan HDB flat, very typical. Okay, and what you can see here is that an untrained eye to look at, hey, everything looks squarish, room squarish, living room is squarish, kitchen is squarish, everything looks squarish, but to a trained eye, it is not. Look at this. Okay, we bring up the 8th sector. And then once the 8th sector is done, you realize that there are 2 missing corners. Can you see that the northeast and the southwest sectors are all missing corners? If you fill up the yellow, the pink colors, then you realize that the whole house looks squarish. Correct? Okay. So I want to tell you what are the problems you have if you have the southwest or northeast sector that's missing. Now, every time in the Feng Shui review, I always tell people always go for house selection. I know it costs you a little bit money. Right now, of course, you have raised up to 1,888, but it's still very cheap because you're buying a very expensive house. Okay, and a lot of clients can tell you stories why it is important to go and do a house selection. Now, if you purchase a house, unfortunately, without doing a house selection, and your house turned out to be a missing corner in the northeast and southwest, what is going to happen? Southwest represents earth element, okay, and then it represents accommodate, caring, okay. It of course represents mother of the family, master, or as I mentioned, mother. It also represents the year 2015, 2016, and the coming year 2027, 2028. Plus, digestive system for the whole family, not just the mother, but the whole family and all the ladies at home, the uterus. Okay? And all the ladies who are thinking of forming a family, pregnancy. This represents southwest. If your southwest is missing or having some issues, opportunities will come and knock on the doors. These are opportunities. Okay, uterus problem. Mother has some issues in the year 2015 or 2016, or 27 or 28 that's coming years. Generally, everybody at home has some kind of digestive problems, bloatedness, constipation, such issues. Okay. And then what happens if you have missing corners in the northeast? These are the problems you face. Northeast is also earth element. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you see that both sectors have earth elements. Earth elements. So if your earth are missing, if you know the elements are your water, your wood, your fire, your earth, and matter. If your earth element is missing, it's like you're standing on the ground having earthquake, or you are standing in a mountain having avalanche, or what do you call it? Is that avalanche? It's called avalanche. Or
Yeah, landslide, yeah.
Okay. Avalanche is
More for ice, yeah, more for snow.
Okay. So you have of course your earth are missing. So people who have earth missing at home has a very severe issue. I'm going to share with you the next slide. I'm going to tell you now what does northeast represent. Northeast also represents hot stop. Okay. Also represents the third son in the family. That means he has 2 brothers, he's the third son, and then also represent all the little children, all the children at home, are infants, all the children at home. Okay. And then the year 2009, 2010, last year 2021, this year 2022, and your skin, ladies out there, please pay attention. If your children have eczema, this is something you need to look into. And you're wondering why last year and this year are not doing very well. This is also the reason why maybe you're not fulfilled. Okay. And then nose, if you're sensitive nose, for example, your sinus, right? This is also one of the issues. Ladies, breast again, correct. South and northeast both represents the breast because northeast represents the mountain, the earth element. So when you lie down, it is the stomach that is big, that is also like a mountain, and the ladies with the breast. Okay, that's why it also represents pregnancy. Your back, your spine, your shoulder, your arms, your lower arms, your upper arms, upper limbs. If they have issues, these are the problems. Okay, pregnancy. Usually southwest missing or northeast missing or both sector missing, and it's very difficult for them to conceive. Okay, if you're wondering why you have no children, that's probably the reason. Okay, one of the reasons that you want to do. Okay, but apart from all these things that we mentioned, there is a very severe issue for people who have southwest and northeast sector missing, and that's called anxiety or depression. All right, this is very severe, and usually people who have such problems, when they come to us, we can tell within. If they have anxiety attack or depression, usually their house is either missing southwest or northeast. Hence, ladies and gentlemen, do not take it lightly. Okay, please don't take it lightly. All right. On a lighter note, okay, today is all about health. Okay, gentlemen, I know we spoke a lot about ladies, okay, southwest to south, all ladies. Today we'll talk about complete gentlemen. Gentlemen, I really, bottom of my heart, I'm very concerned about your health. Okay, and I hope you don't sabotage yourself by doing the fellow things. Okay, most importantly, do not raise your voice. Do not raise your voice when you're talking to your spouse. Very important. Okay, so 很严重啊！你平常做什么危险的运动吗？跟老婆大小声。Okay, so right, this was a good credit to 八奈寻子。
What if no wife?
No wife or girlfriend.
Also don't have
I'm
it.
speaking to someone in the room. Do not raise your voice to the spouse or your female partner. Okay, so this is.
Someone's hit like bending very low already. Yeah.
Well, brownies. Okay, so this is by one of the very famous cartoonists, Sheets. I love her cartoons, so nice. This is what kept me going this morning when I was. And that's where I discovered that Master Shadlin was not sleeping.
I was like, why is Master KK awake at this time? He also go party. I was down there eating one, enjoying my soup.
Yeah, if you're looking into our setting today, you realize that almost the Feng Shui has only just studio. So I was just wondering, I think when he came by at 10:30 this morning, nothing was set up. When she came in at 12 o'clock, I was like, wow, what happened? We even did a lot of things just to make today's possible, really. So if you can just help us to like and share and subscribe, it's really giving us a lot of encouragement. Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Next, I want to share with you Master Simas. Master Simas has a very touching story, a real life story to share with us.
Yeah.
And when Master Simas wanted to tell me this story, when I was speaking on the phone, it was Eve of Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
He says, Master KK, we talk away to close your eye. Find a chair and sit down. I'm going to tell you something quite serious. It's like, oh. So I was just finished auditing.
What happened now?
I was finished auditing, then on HB flat. I literally went down, look for the void there, right? Share that guys now. There's no such thing like this. So I shall leave the storytelling to Master Simas. And please give Master Simas encouragement because this is a real life story. Not many people are going to share with you their real life story. If you can, show appreciation to Master Simas, and if you want Master Simas to tell like 13 times more, it's like more real, please type in 96 into the chat, and then we will bring Master Simas in. Master Simas is very, very
put all my heart soul,
more deep move.
Just to verify, Master Simas did not raise the voice to the wife. It's just something.
Very soft one.
Most of the time only.
I thought all the time.
Yeah, should be all the time, not most of the time, all the time.
When she's upstairs and I'm downstairs, then I need to shout.
Oh, okay.
Can you move the mic?
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Now, thank you so much for sharing and participating into our 96 call. Thank you. Daniel also, thank you. Okay. Daniel also is a never raise the voice of the white. Okay. So Master Simas, tell us what is this? Oh.
So I continue from your story first.
But before we must tell people we are using street directory map. Okay, street directory is the best to use. Best really. If you don't find a house, please go for street directory. Okay, yeah, master.
All the time we are using the street directory map. So we are sharing this map right now. I continue from Master KK's story. 做好了吗？
做好了。
OK，跟你讲啊，sorry 啊，这个过年我不能去你家吃团年饭，不团年饭celebration right? So you know why? Because I'm in the hospital now. Huh? Why am I in hospital? Yeah, I was diagnosed with cancer, got tumor in my brain. Why tumor in the brain? Yeah, I don't know. I was diagnosed only yesterday. Yeah. What does it mean? Okay. Before that, 1 month before, I remember I was having meeting with my BNI's fellow members, and I had a very, very, very heavy, severe kind of eye pain, right? So it's like knocked by someone or knocked into something that the eyeball itself is very painful at the back. So everyone was saying, what happened to you? Then I said, hey, this year is year of tiger, right? Before the Chinese New Year, I was already talking about it. Year of tiger, you need to watch out for your eyes. Yeah. Okay. So there are two things for this year, very, very important. One is eyes. Okay. One is the kidney. Right. So I didn't know that something going to happen to my brain. But actually, that's out of the story. Yeah. So my after that, because it was so painful, so I went for a nap. I off my phone and went for a nap. The whole afternoon, what happened is that the whole BNI members were looking for me. The master simas are okay on my return until that they are actually out of they don't know what to do. They call Master KK. Master KK, do you know what happened to Master Simas? So do you know what did Master KK do? He drove all the way to my house and see whether I'm at home or not. Literally, he drove to my house. Then during that time, I woke up. Then and then happened that I saw the message that they said, Master KK, you came to my house what? They said to check whether you are still okay. Then I said I'm still okay. I just woke up from my nap. My eyes still painful. Yeah. So the next week itself, I went for a checkup because of my eye pain. So in Singapore, very simple. You just go to polyclinic. You just tell them I have this problem. Then they will refer you to the eye center. So I was so lucky that during that time, the doctor asked me to go to the eye center. So took the whole afternoon to queue for the CT scan. After that, the doctor told me that me and my wife together, they say, this is not good for you. But I would like to tell you that there are not one, not two, but 6 tumors in your brain. But CT scan is not so clear, but it's already there. There's some shadow over there. They said, yeah, you have to be hospitalized. Then I said, no, Chinese New Year is around the corner. I want to go back. Then I insist not to stay in hospital, not to be hospitalized. Then my wife was shocked. She said, yeah, I said, I don't want. And that eye center is located at SGH. The SGH. They want me to be hospitalized. Then I said, no. Then the doctor said, how about this? You sign this letter, consent form. If anything happens, it's not our responsibility. kind of, if it's anything happen, it's your own responsibility. So I said, no problem, I signed the letter. So I signed the letter, went back together with my wife. The next day, which is Saturday, then my wife said that your eyes are painful, then let's do another second opinion. So we went to a private hospital and went for MRI. Yeah, MRI is the image will be clearer. Likewise, the doctor asked me to be hospitalized immediately after results out. And during that time, I had no choice but to say, is there any way to treat or not? Then the doctor said, I'm not the expert. We need to get the brain expert, the doctor with the brain expertise to come. So 2 hours later, the doctors came and said that, yeah, I think it's very simple. Yeah, we just need 3 hours operation and get the thing off with you already. They said, huh, 3 hours brain operation? Then he said, yes. 3 hours only. That was yeah, 3 hours only. You say only. Then he said, no problem. The next day you will be sit with me to have a breakfast together already. That was wondering, is there any way that I can avoid this one? He said, no way, because the biggest tumor is already 2.8 cm. You know, 2.8 cm is about our thumb size. Imagine that a thumb size tumor is actually pressing your brain inside there. What could happen? And it already caused something already. Yeah, it's already caused the eye pain already. What could be worse is that, you know, if you don't know what will it cost next, and then probably you suddenly knock out and, you know, fall down or whatever. Okay, then we asked the doctor, is there any other way, any other doctor that we can seek for help? Then he said, I got a friend, he's an oncologist, probably can help you. So the next day, the oncologist came and said that let's check. So cut the long story short, the oncologist is actually very, very helpful, and he said that there's a new way to treat cancer like this. Okay, first of all, we need to scan, we need to do a whole body scan, which is called PET, to know where is the cancer coming from. The brain itself cannot cause cancer. The tumor will not grow itself to the brain. It will be coming from somewhere else. I see, coming from somewhere else. So when you look at the map over here, you can see that there is a polyclinic at the northwest of my house already. Okay, then the northwest itself represents head, right? So head having problem, and it is red in color. It means that it's controlling. The red in color means that the fire is controlling. Northwest means metal, and this is not good. And from the Feng Shui, we know that there's Trinity that we need to check. First is the time, the place, which is the actual map that we're checking. Then the other one is the triggering, the peoples, right? 天时地利人和. So before that, I already know that there's something's going to happen to me, which is a bloody disaster. 血光之灾. I tried all the way to avoid this one. Before that, even go and change my car plate number and put the wheel. Remember, you all actually heard from Master KK, put the wheel at your north. Okay, that will give you benefactors, right? So I did not know that going to help me during that time, but I was just put then hope that it will help really. And the northwest is brain, the head, right? And then I got brain problem, right? So immediately I relate to that is the brain problem. Then the doctor said, I want to scan another place, scan your whole body. So I went for scan, not colon, not any other thing, but lung. Okay, but lung. But luckily is that he was able to found a immunotherapy medicine for me. And that medicine, it was released just 2018. And it was tested already during that time. So happily, I took the medicine for 3 days, and I was able to discharge from the hospital. I'm telling them that, I'm going back already. Because during that time when I was diagnosed, my cancer marker, which is CEA marker, about CEA marker, when we were tested with this marker, right, 5 is the below 5 is a normal people. About 5 to 10 is a smoker. Smoker normally they have this CEA of 5 to 10. Okay, if it's a 10 means that the person probably have cancer. More than 10 means that the cancer definitely spread already. During that time when I was diagnosed, the cancer marker was 166. 3 days later after I took the medicine, the cancer marker dropped from 166 to 144. So it was like 20 over points drop, right? So which means that medicine is actually useful. So I was discharged. And the doctor said, yeah, you need to continue to take this medicine. 3 months later, I went for the scan again. The tumor actually reduced from a 2.8 cm to 1.8 cm. Okay, actually it was 2.8 by 1.2 or something like that. Then it reduced to 1.8 times 0.6. So, imagine it's a 3D type of thing, 2.8, 1.2, and then 1 point something. It's actually more than half reduced after 3 months. Yeah. And 6 months later, which is late June itself, my cancer marker drops to 2.6. Yeah, 2.6, which is below than 5. So it means that it's healthy, like a healthy people already. Yeah. So what I got is, first of all, the benefactors, the 贵人 from the hospital, which is the doctor, and also the medicine, the people who actually invented this medicine. And the other one is my insurance agents, who was very helpful during that time, helped me to claim all this, claim all that. And at the end, of course, over here I need to stress one more thing is that insurance is very important, especially critical illness. I almost cancel this one because, yeah, when I quit my job, quit my last job in 2019 and decided to do Feng Shui full time, I almost canceled all my insurance. Then my insurance agent was telling me that it is very important, you work for so long already, you should continue. And this one really came in helpful during that time. Yeah. Although I still need to pay for the medical fee, yeah, but majority of them already covered by the insurance. Okay, so first is 贵人 benefactor. The other one is you will be able to notice this one from your environment, what is going to happen, and then prepare beforehand. That's why I was not shocked very much. The only thing I did not expect is that how can it be cancer? How can it be cancer? It can be in all forms because all these 5 elements, as what we have shared just now, it could be heart attack, it could be anything, it could be headache. Because at first, when I was divinate that I had the bloody disaster, I thought it was an accident until that actually I didn't even dare to drive. I asked my wife to fetch me here and there during that time. Okay. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Master Simas. I think the person that you need to thank are the family, especially your wife. Okay, so go back. You need to 小声说话，你有小声说话。Okay, if you are touched by what Master Simas has said, please click the left heart shape that give Master Simas encouragement to show that reach that people.
Thank you.
And how that maintains it healthy. So I think a lot of people have this conception that Feng Shui masters are all God. So always something. It's not true. They are also human beings. Okay.
Which brings to for us to also emphasize that just because you've seen your feng shui does not mean that we can miraculously cure the illnesses. You still have to visit the doctor. But what we are trying to do is just to optimize your chances such that your illness actually can be cured.
Correct. Okay. I think some friends are wondering what the Master Simas talk about. I think the audio went off just now. So Master Simas actually talk about his house, Northwest sector. So this is not his house, which is not specifically his house.
Somewhere near his house.
Somewhere near there, okay? A landed property in Juchen area. So Torokura area. So that Northwest represents the top left-hand corner, Northwest. And if you can see street directory, very colorful indication on polyclinic. Any healthcare will also be peach color. That's the reason why we love street directory so much. Okay, so it's on the northwest. So the northwest represents the head, also represents the father. That's why so Lam Ti Song Master Simas for that. Mind you, the quality was under construction at the time. It's not even commissioned yet.
It was opened early this year.
Only this year. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
It's in operation already
now
now.
it's operation.
Yeah.
So and it's a red color building. So red color represents fire. Again, it's punishing to the head.
Which is the metal element. Yeah.
So we have apparently typing away everything. So just the flash what when it just cut into the screen so everybody can read it. But it's all below in the Facebook chat group. So thank you all for the encouragement of giving Master Simas a love. If you can also please, if you're not feeling well, please go and seek medical help. Feng Shui is to identify and help you improve, but you still need to see professional doctors. Okay, there's always a saying, kind of Feng Shui, like the poor model of cancer. Okay, you need to say you see Feng Shui really cross the road, and you also still need to watch out for cars. Okay.
Yeah, in the fan club, I will describe more how Master KK and Master Go helped me by giving me the gift during that time to alleviate the impact of this.
Really, I did give you
The US dollar.
oh yeah. So
Very, very, very
now-
important.
now, yeah, correct. I want to share the friend. I think we're building up my house when I have the whole
Yeah.
The demo, use it as demo.
demo. So if you want to join friend club, please call Wendy 8448-7416. Let's see. Okay, still can make it in time. Okay, good. And then, like I said, we're all working masters. If you have any topic that you wish to hear from us, please let us know. Please let us know, and then we can bring it up. I think today's topic is very touching. Topic very close to the heart. Okay, and then some people are wondering, Master, see Feng Shui really about the house of the Chinese temple? Very important. Okay, this picture clearly tells you house can be very beautiful and it can be Feng Shui beautiful. You don't have to know that you have Feng Shui. The best part of our house, or basically our USD, is that nobody knows the house is Feng Shui. Okay, so these are why are we so proud of ourselves? Okay, and we basically cater Feng Shui to your lifestyle. Make sure that your lifestyle is not disturbed. So in order to do this, we have collaborated with one of the top interior designer, Snow. Snow is a award-winning interior designer working together with Sky Creation. We're going to do one type of demo, live demo, and it will be live. It's not going to be telecast via social media. It will be live. Only 27 couples are invited. Tickets are going off very fast. If you're planning to do a renovation, please contact Wendy at 8448-7416 to get hold of the tickets. This is going to happen on 15th of October, 2 p.m. It's going to be held in Muzi, a place in Ayahubi. There's 7,200 square feet with literally a HDB flat inside. Okay, we're going to walk you through what Feng Shui is all about and how Feng Shui and interior design can work together without turning your house into a Chinese temple or a zoo. Literally showing you how it's done, like what Master Eric shows us now. Okay, so this is first ever in Singapore. It's to be done like that. Okay, so I really hope if you're really going to do a renovation, do sign up, call Wendy at 8448-7416. Okay. Now, as promised, this is the book that we all want to give to you. www.circle96.com/ebooks. Okay, these are all the books that we have promised to give to you. And again, this will be the QR code if you want us to do the Feng Shui or house selection or just want to buy the book. Okay, good. Master, anything you want to share, Master Paul?
No.
Mr. Simas?
The workbook actually is very powerful. Because for those people who already actually watch most of our straight talk about the condo review, actually you can see that the buildings or those features, the surrounding that mentioned by us, this is going to give you what kind of bring you what kind of energy or affect the study or the career of which member in the family is all listed over here already. Those small little wording over here. The only thing is that how many of them. Definitely, the school will be one of the very important items, right? So a lot of people thought that yes, school is very important. So I have a lot of schools surrounding my area. Like last time the story about the Chinese universities,
Meng Mu San Qian.
yeah, the mother of the Mengzi actually moved their house is to get Mengzi to study, right? Yeah. So this is very important, but not necessarily the more the merrier lah.
Schools are fine and even if they appear in certain sectors very good for you, children can study very well. Literally, children can study very well. But if this is different sectors, certain sectors is going to be problems. Big problem. So this book is only $47. Grab it, you can call YP. And Master Simas also want to share with you certain areas because Master Simas is the type, they all award-winning, scientists and Master Shelley. So they can tell you very clearly. Schools are very important. If they are in the correct place and the wrong place, what disaster.
Also, how can you get a scholar in your families?
Okay, if you want to look for us to do for a family start, look for Master Shelley or for Master Simas to help you address the family start. Come look for us, call 1-844-8. Okay. Master, there's nothing we want to push Master Simas to help.
Thank you very much.
Forever good health and continue with peace, of course, and today, but Master Simas already been very nice with the wife, very self-centered about it. But season C, okay, and I will most important also thank your wife for taking care of this throughout the atrocity. Okay, I think the caregivers for cancer patients are more than it's not just the cancer patient and suffering as well. Okay. Master Paul, Master Simas, and Master Shelley, thank you, Wendy, for taking part in today's special Feng Shui Sunday 15. And thank you so much, audience, for liking and sharing with us. And we really look forward to seeing you guys again.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.